Cornfields and Kobolds, episode 31.
Ooh, it's almost as old as me.
We're getting up there.
Recording in a new location.
It's older than Alex, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Our podcast is older than Alex.
Baby.
Indeed. We have as many episodes as Baskin Robbins does flavor.
No!
So we need to fill in Nora on what she missed.
Yeah.
Because I was a party pooper.
Yeah. For Nora's sake and for the listeners, you all remember what happened last time.
Aislyn met with her Lord's Alliance official people.
Yeah.
And has a partner for her mission.
Yep.
And for other things.
Yeah. Not yet.
Oh, is this a romantic?
Possibly.
A possible romantic interest for Aislyn.
Yes. Her name was Terwin Bladesummer. She had gray hair and heterochromatic eyes. One was dark gray and one was a lighter silver.
Interesting. My blade.
And she is a... similar to Aislyn, she is the offspring of a noble family and just doesn't like politics or the way things are generally done in noble circles.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she's kind of a rebel.
You won't have rabble-rousing rebel?
Rouse my rabble.
No, she's not a loner. Oh.
I'm a loner, Aislyn.
Rebel. Anyway, we also raised the baby Dagron.
Yeah,
we hatched a baby Dagron and we're making it nice.
And going on hunting practice with it.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh.
And it got beat up pretty bad.
Does it have an attitude?
Oh, yes.
Bitch, I got an attitude. Yeah, I got an attitude.
He was fresh from the egg, and as soon as he stopped being tired from cracking out of the egg, he had a mouth and an ego.
Nice.
Yeah. But you ended up getting along very well with him. You made some very good persuasion checks and such, and he tolerates your presence.
I think once Quelenna finds out, they might become good friends.
We're sleeping in the same cave.
Yeah.
Now that's real bonding.
Not too close.
Which one of us was it that he hates? Oh yeah, Dagny.
Dagny.
Dagny could not roll animal handling to save his life, and he fucking hates
It was
Dagny
persuasion.
so much. Yeah.
It was persuasion, yeah.
Whatever. I mean, I would be insulted if he tried to roll animal handling on me. He didn't. I didn't bad.
It's okay.
So,
I think the Dagron likes Spiff, but hates Dagny.
Yeah.
If I recall correctly.
Yes.
Potential large food.
I've decided that Dagny is shaped like a snack.
Snack
this thing is
snack sized. It's medium.
Yeah.
It is larger than Dagny.
Gotcha.
Yep. But the same size as Spiff.
Yep.
Spiff is its contemporary. Fuck Dagny.
His peer. For his peer, I should say, it is a male named Charles Ross.
Charles Ross.
Charles Ross. Yes, Charles Ross.
Come to Candy Mountain, Charlie. Hey, Charlie.
Please don't.
It's a magical Leopleurodon, Charlie.
It's a magical Leopleurodon, Charlie.
In the Legion expansion for World of Warcraft, there was a hidden area with a rare spawn. It was 2 unicorns. They weren't actually unicorns, but they had the horses with the horns and stuff, and they were kind of magical. And they were hostile, and they would attack you. And then after you beat them, if you look around the area, there is a dead unicorn lying there named Charlie.
And when you
is it missing its
kidney?
Oh, yeah. You take its kidney.
You take the kidney.
I don't know. Then he isn't dead because he wakes up later.
Is it specifically the kidney, or is it just like an unidentified organ?
I think it's specifically a kidney. Like Dream Runner kidneys are the name of the item.
Oh, that's great. God bless that quest designer.
So, why don't we go ahead and start with Quelenna? And have Quelenna be doing things while all this crap is going on.
So, first order of business is to continue my smear campaign against the corrupt nobles of Waterdeep.
Okay.
Oh.
Smear campaign.
Oh, hey, that could work out for me.
Exactly.
Yeah, so Quelenna whips up a few quick and dirty, catchy songs in hopes they spread like wildfire among the local tavern bards.
Sure. Why don't you go ahead and roll performance?
Quelenna! 13. It wasn't in that one, barely.
Oh. Your first song was kind of a flop. You can roll again for another song.
Okay, that's better. Dirty 20.
There we go. Yeah, you spend a few days touring the bars around Castle Ward, playing your new, like, hey, this song is about these shitty nobles, and people seem to like it.
I'm imagining you like a angry, like 90s girl rocker just shouting on the street with an acoustic guitar.
I was actually thinking more like some of those, like a funny song that's like kind of insinuates that the guy was sleeping with a pig.
Oh.
But mostly just establishes the metaphor that like nobles are pigs. Yeah.
Beautiful. Then you wanted to buy some stuff. Some +1 weapons, and an instrument of the bards. And I think we settled on the Canes mandolin.
Yes.
The Harpers can procure that for you. Be pretty pricey. I'm gonna say 500 to 5,000 gold is a huge fucking range. I don't know where it's supposed to fucking fall in that. Let's just call it 1,500.
Okay. That is eminently reasonable.
Alright.
You're eminently reasonable.
Why, thank you.
An eminent reason for it.
And also, the Harpers have been looking into getting you a ride home to the Feywild. Based on the information you gave them about what, quote-unquote, real Vonnie told you, they sent some messages to the Arcane Brotherhood looking for a spell that can find a fairy crossroad for you. But in the meanwhile...
Didn't I get a suspicion, like, by talking to someone or doing an Arcana check that it was Find the Path?
No.
Okay.
It is
There's a specific
spell.
Yeah.
Oh.
In the meantime, they get back to you that they found somebody who can plane shift to the Feywild.
Oh.
But they have to come with you, so you can't stay for very long.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, hell.
Unless you want to find your own ride back.
Yeah. So for a fee...
Could always get some cultists to summon me again.
So for a fee, somebody can plane shift you there for like a day, maybe 2, if you're willing to pay like a lot more.
Or like...
Because it's such an inconvenience to go to the center of the arts and culture.
Or, I mean, as an alternative for the cost of having 4 plane shifts cast instead of 2, be dropped off and then set a pickup date at like a week after at the same location or something.
I mean, yeah, that will definitely like exorbitantly inflate the cost too. And they only can cast plane shift once a day, so each time they have to stay in the Feywild for a day.
Yeah.
Which their time is money. So
bring a book.
Do you want to pursue that offer?
It's very tempting, but to be honest, like, she only really wants to talk to 2 people. And that's her mom and her tutor.
Mm-hmm.
And I suppose she could also purchase a sending or 2 from people.
That is true.
Also...
That can cross planes with a minimal chance of failure.
Yeah. Was there something preventing Quelenna simply from being banished?
Yes. For whatever reason, when the cultists summon her, they fucked up the summoning.
Okay.
And accidentally kind of bound her to this plane.
Okay, so...
right now, she doesn't count as extra planar.
Easy solution here. She gets plane shifted to the Feywild. Mm-hmm. Stay there as long as she wants. When she wants to leave, find someone to banish her. Back to the material plane.
It's possible that visiting the Feywild might undo that binding.
Well,
and then she would be extra planar again.
Find someone super smart that can tell you whether or not it's going to happen.
I mean, I've tried that once. I could try again now that we're in a bigger city, although Baldur's Gate was kind of large.
Baldur's Gate is a little bodunk.
Was it in Baldur's Gate or was it in Alterel?
Baldur's Gate.
Yeah.
Still.
Seagull theorized that if you were to make your own way to the Feywild, it would undo whatever binding they put on you.
Gotcha.
But he did not have a way to plane shift you there because he didn't have a key for it. So what do you want to do?
Well, it depends on how much the cost is.
For 1 day, 1,000 gold. For 2 days, 3,000 gold.
It'll have to be 1 day.
Okay.
Is that fee just because he's going to have to spend a day there, not doing anything else? Is his time worth 1,000 gold a day?
Yes.
You think so?
It's like 75% the time, and then the rest of it, the spell itself, or the spell service.
Okay, so...
This person is apparently very, very busy.
I mean, I would love to be able to make 750 gold a day on any of my high-level characters. That's the dream.
Also, he can absolutely gain from going to the Feywild.
Yeah, it's not like he's just going to be sitting there doing nothing.
Like, if you asked Fury, he'd be like, that's fucking bullshit. I'm sure there is something he or someone he knows needs from there.
Darling, have you ever been to Las Vegas?
Why don't we go ahead and jump into the RPing a bit instead of talking about
Talking trash.
Yeah.
Fury.
They say what happened in Las Vegas. Stays in Las Vegas.
But that does not have to be the case in your case. There is a large library there, connected to the College of Glamour, which I am a proud member of.
Let me introduce them first.
No. I already started talking to him. They didn't even
sorry.
Already done. Fuck
Sorry.
it. You don't need their name. Media, res.
I wasn't aware Las Vegas was in the American South.
It's Las Feygas.
Oh, okay.
Yes. No, go ahead.
You are directed to this wizard school in North Ward, and you are to speak to a halfling woman named Valen. And when you get to her office and you knock on the door and you just hear kind of a distant voice that's just like, "Come in!" And when you do, the scene there is pretty hectic. Honestly, it's not dissimilar to the state of Siegel's lab when you visited him.
Yeah.
But there's different magical apparatuses up, and there's books out and papers scattered on the desk. And you see this short halfling woman with brown hair that's tied into two bobs on the back of her head. And she looks over at you and has these huge Coke bottle glasses that just make her eyes look huge.
I love her already.
It's like, "Oh, you must be Quelenna."
Why, hello there. It's a pleasure to meet you.
And she just runs over to you and vigorously shakes your hand.
Return.
It's like, "I am Valen, and I understand that you're here to acquire a plane ship."
Yes, I got stuck here in an arcane accident a few months back, and I'm from the Feywild, and I would like to return home.
Oh, yes, understandable. I would be homesick too in your situation. Now, they did tell you about the cost, right?
I assumed there would be a fee, at the very least, a princely fee.
Yes. I am unfortunately a very, very busy woman. I'm always running around advising people and teaching classes and running experiments. So, if you want to go for a day, that would be about 1,000 golds. If you want to stay longer, the price will go up quite significantly.
Oh, well, there's only a few people I need to check up on. So I suppose a day it is.
Okay.
And whenever's convenient for you, within the next few weeks.
Give me about a 10-day to clear my schedule and make sure that I'm not going to be necessarily leaving anybody waiting for me or anything. So why don't you come back next Thursday and Faerunian Thursday, and we'll get you on your way.
Tears Day.
Tears Day.
Yes.
All right, next Tuesday. Sure will do. Thank you ever so much. Do I need to sign anything, make a prepayment?
No. We can handle it when we get going.
All right. Pleasure doing business.
I will see you later.
Ta-ta.
And she immediately runs back to a table where a vial is starting
To smoke.
smoke a little bit. Gets over there and turns down the heat.
Quelenna smiles and shakes her head.
So yes, you come back that day, and she has everything set up for you, has her experiments put away for the moment, and has sort of sorted her papers into loose piles.
I casually ask the rest of the group at a convenient moment if anybody wants to come with, because I assume I know that plane shift can take multiple people, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, at this point, Aislyn's the only one still in town.
Oh, okay.
This can probably be about the time when everyone's being back, since it took some time to find the person.
Mm-hmm.
Who else would like to go with Quelenna? Because, well, actually, just Gary, you probably won't be back.
Yes.
You might be there for a couple months.
Yep.
But,
I've made a home here. I'll go.
I want to go to Fairyland.
Yeah.
sure. Aislyn, do you want to go to Las Vegas?
For how long? A day?
Yes.
Yeah, I'll go for a day.
Okay.
Bring me back a souvenir.
Is this... Oh, at what point in the timeline is this happening?
It's pretty much just as everybody is
Coming
getting
back.
from the mirror. So about
Like a month after they left for the mirror?
yes.
Okay, so Aislyn's had about a month to do stuff.
Yeah. We can cover
They're
that.
really, I guess, whether she wants to go or not really depends on if she's got anything else going on at that point.
True.
I was fairly certain that she would be meeting with the nobles by then.
Yes, at least one.
Might
For
be
now.
able to take a vacation. I'm sure we can make time work the way we need it to.
Yeah. You've got a job coming up while Quelenna and gang are waiting for their ride. Why don't you go ahead and make a wisdom saving throw with a +3 to your modifier?
Is this against the magical effect?
Yes.
Okay. Then I have advantage because Silas is with me.
Okay.
With a +3?
Yes.
Okay. 17.
Okay.
What was I resisting?
Mm.
When was I resisting it?
You know,
Where was I when this happened? Where?
chilling at home.
Just I'm chilling at somewhere. I don't really have a house.
Guess wherever you're staying.
I think I was staying in that dingy bar.
Yeah, maybe. Let's say you were like having dinner there or something.
Was I having dinner with somebody?
It's entirely up to you.
If it is up to me, then yes, I was.
All right. Maybe Tarwin, I don't know.
As an update.
Yeah, well, if it's up to me, then yes, it was.
All right.
Okay, so I'm at a dingy tavern/inn
Yeah.
where I've been staying because it's cheap and it's not full of snobby people.
Mm-hmm.
I'm having dinner with Terwin,
Yes.
and I have to make a will save.
Yes.
Do I know I have to make a wisdom save?
No.
I am unaware that something has happened.
Yes.
Okay.
As you guys are eating, Tarwin says, well, we do have a noble lined up for you to talk to.
Us.
Us?
For us to talk to.
It is a minor nobleman in the city and a horse trader named Alphonse Hawkwinter. And apparently the Lord's Alliance has been trying to buy horses from him for, like, building their cavalry like, against the cult and stuff. But after the cult started raiding and everything, he has jacked up his prices and is being rather stingy about it. So we thought maybe you would like to speak to him about his prices.
Excellent. Let me just look up quickly how much horses usually go for.
Yeah, they're normally 400 gold. And right now he's selling them for about 1,000 and change. Which I'm...
Okay.
Yeah. It's not unaffordable for the Lord's Alliance.
It's just they'd rather not have to.
Yes.
That's a lot of money that could be spent on other necessary things instead.
Exactly.
Okay.
And I'm sure the fact that he's basically the only one we can go to is a large factor in him raising his prices so much.
Oh, absolutely. If
Right.
he feels that he can get away with it and still make the sale, then.
Yeah, basically. So yeah, we're gonna talk
Right.
to him in a couple days.
Who is the member of the Lord's Alliance that is has the final call on whether or not we pay these prices he's asking or not? Like, who's the person in charge of purchasing the horses?
Oh god, I don't know.
I just would like to talk to this person before we talk to the seller. Basically, I'm planning on going to this guy and saying, hey, if you don't lower your prices to something reasonable, you're not going to be selling anything, because we will go through the extra hassle and the extra expenses to buy from other people just because you're being a giant dick.
Mhm.
So lower your prices and get a sell, or don't and become impoverished because no one's going to buy your horses.
Yeah, so you sort of want to get approval for
I want to get approval to pull that bluff.
all that. Yep, they will definitely do that for you.
Okay. And then if I could get something in writing to that effect.
Yep, they will give you it in writing, stamp it with the signet ring and the signature of the buyer, basically.
Okay. Excellent. I have my plan.
All right.
I also want I would like to borrow for this mission the Lord's Alliance 2 finest war horses.
Finest war horses. Finest available war horses, perhaps?
Yes.
There. Sure.
Just borrow. I don't want it to be like, this is my horse now.
Yes.
I just wanted to ride out to him and be like, hey, look, we still got war horses.
Borrow it for a few hours.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just as a show of we don't need you.
Good idea.
Okay.
Yeah, they will lend you some very, very fine draft horses.
War horses.
War horses.
Okay. Like, I want these that have, like, spiked adamantine horseshoes. And
I suppose Waterdeep would be the place to have shit that nice.
and like, enchanted teeth or something.
Freaking enchant teeth.
Can
That's
it
a
be
scary
enchanted to
thought.
laugh?
Just the horse from Disenchanted.
And that's pretty much all the preparation I wanted to do, and I'm ready to go.
All right. So, on that day, you head out to a mansion in Castle Ward. His livery yard would have to be outside the city, but I think he still lives inside the city.
Okay, so he probably has managers, like, actually run the actual ranch.
Yes.
Okay, he just owns it.
Yes.
Okay,
I mean, you can still pull up
on our horses.
on your horses looking very nice.
Yep.
You will be very visible.
Okay.
So yes, you come to the Hawkwinter Mansion.
Ooh.
More like Cockwinter.
Yeah.
And you haven't like scheduled a meeting or anything. This is meant to be fairly impromptu.
Yes.
Um,
I want to put him off balance, not have time to prepare.
Yes, exactly. And the word for the person that just kind of stands at the door to... I know Downton Abbey has this, like, very... Never mind.
Valet?
Valet, yes.
Valet.
Valet.
Yeah, and it's in the British. It's pronounced valet.
Well, they're saying it wrong. It's a French word. It's called...
I
It's
know.
valet.
Oh, trust me, I know.
The valet in his very nice suit and vest with his slick... He's an elven man with very slick back, like, black hair. He's just like, can I help you?
I will dismount my horse.
Okay.
Yes, you can have my horse seen to, and show me to Lord Hawkwinter.
Who are you?
Aislyn Eden from the Lord's Alliance.
I've never heard of you.
That's nice. I've never heard of you or your lord either before today. Please get him.
Do you have official, God,
Yes.
I can't word tonight.
I show him my thing.
Yes.
My seal. I show him the letter, the sealed letter with the seal of the Lord's Alliance on it.
Yes, that's what he's looking for. And he's like, oh,
And I'm
very well.
And I'm sure I have some sort of Lord's Alliance insignia on my person as well.
Yeah, they usually give signet rings.
Yeah, I show him my signet ring.
Yeah, and Terwin does too. Like, oh, very well, come this way. And opens the door and glides on inside.
I will glide on inside behind him.
And he takes you to this sitting room where you see Alphonse Hawkwinter, this kind of older-looking human man, has got nice graying hair that's kind of... It's swept back, but it's a little, like, puffy, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
And he's got a very nice, like, red cloak on with some, like, winterwool fur trim. And he's got gold rings on, like, 5 of his fingers. He's got a goblet of wine in his hand.
Dude's stealing my look.
Yep. He's like, oh, I wasn't expecting visitors.
No, you wouldn't have been.
Well, who do I have the pleasure of speaking to?
This is perfect.
Aislyn, is there a place to sit?
Yes.
Aislyn will seat herself without being invited.
Yeah.
Is Terwin's with me?
Yeah.
Okay.
Terwin sits on, like, the arm of a chair.
Okay.
Just kind of, like, leaning down on it. Like,
Aislyn will very calmly remove the missive from the Lord's Alliance that she acquired earlier and set it on the desk, but not move it towards him.
okay.
She's not offering it to him. She's just making it visible.
The letter?
Yes.
Yeah.
And then she says, "You have horses.
Quite a few.
Quite a few. The Lord's Alliance wants to purchase them."
Yes, I'm aware.
Yes. Are you also aware that you are asking ridiculous amounts of gold?
Well, I don't think it's ridiculous, given the circumstances.
Oh, what circumstances are those?
Well, these are dangerous times, aren't they? With the cults running about and...
Oh, absolutely.
raiding and pillaging.
Absolutely they are. I'm glad you noticed that. You are a very observant man.
So you understand why I have to protect my interests.
I understand absolutely. Protecting your interests should be everyone's concern at this time. Let me explain a few facts to you.
I'm gonna get it.
The cult is dangerous. The cult is going to attack Waterdeep. The cult is going to come into your house and murder you. You know what's going to stop the cult from doing that? The Lord's Alliance. You know how that's going to happen? If their cavalry has horses. So you have two options here. Sell the horses at a reasonable price to the Lord's Alliance so they can protect you from the cult. Or don't, and be murdered in your sleep by the cult.
You can tell that he's probably, never been talked to like this in his life. He's just kind of sputtering a little bit.
The cult who will then take your horses and use them to kill other people, probably your entire family.
Or eating.
Or eat them, feed them to dragons.
Well, as I understand it, the Lord's Alliance is perfectly capable of paying these prices for the horses. They're certainly not hurting for money right now.
Yeah, I didn't think you'd go for the sane and logical route either. Here's the other bit. You don't sell these at reasonable prices. We will pay the exact same price and buy them from other people. And then you won't sell any horses.
Well, those horses definitely aren't as good as mine.
Yeah, we don't really need the best. We just need a lot of them. So sell your horses to the Lord's Alliance at a reasonable price so they can protect you from the cult, or they will buy the exact same number of horses from other people and you won't sell any. How are you going to pay? That wine looks rather expensive. What is that? 100 gold a bottle? 200 gold a bottle. 200 gold a bottle. I bet you go through about a bottle a day.
2 or 3 days.
2 or 3 days a bottle. I commend you on your restraint.
2 or 3 bottles.
No.
I commend you on your restraint and frugalness. However, how are you going to pay for that wine if you're not selling horses? The amount of horses you're going to sell to the Lord's Alliance at, fair market value, that'll pay for a whole lot of that wine. You know how much wine you're going to be able to pay for if you don't sell any of those horses?
I'm going to guess 0.
Yay! You got it in 1.
Go ahead and roll persuasion with advantage.
This sounds like an intimidation to me.
Jesus.
26.
Ooh, nice.
Wow.
Well, I guess these certainly are interesting times, aren't they?
And very, very interesting times, yes.
I suppose I could stand to renegotiate with the Lord's Alliance.
Excellent. We'll give you 450 a horse.
Oh, that might be a little low.
Little bit low for you. A little bit too low for you. Not quite high enough for you.
Perhaps something like 600?
600 a horse.
These are very good horses.
Are they 50% more horse than a regular war horse?
They are.
Really?
Trust me. They've got 6 legs instead of 4. No.
I'll tell you what, if they have 6 legs instead of 4, we will pay 600 a horse.
They don't.
Oh, well then I'll tell you what, 100 gold per leg.
And what about the body and the head?
You know what? Body and head, add those together, we'll throw in another 50.
Oh dear, you drive a hard bargain.
Yes.
I will, provisionally agree to those terms.
Of course, we'll pay extra for the tack and the harnesses and the feed.
Oh, of course.
Probably come out to about 500 a horse.
That seems reasonable.
Excellent. I'm glad you proved to be a reasonable man.
Of course.
Excellent. We'll be sending an accountant over.
I can't wait. It was a pleasure doing business with you.
Oh no, the pleasure was all mine.
Of course it was.
Royston! Show out!
I really,
Fetch me my fainting couch.
My face.
I really wanted the wine stem to just snap as his voice went up.
Anyway, Aislyn will stand, hold out a hand to Terwin and say, "Shall we, my lady?"
We shall. They could know that goblet is definitely made out of like mithril or something. I don't know.
And then Aislyn will saunter out.
All right.
She'll swagger out.
Oh, fuck yeah. Karen's like, damn. You know, I thought maybe we'd have to do like a good cop, bad cop sort of thing, but you really just...
Oh, just bad
really
cop.
did the damn thing.
Nothing but bad cop all the way.
Damn. Nice job.
Thank you. Finally, my upbringing is getting some payoff.
So, ice cream?
Oh, yeah.
Let's do it.
IRL?
No.
No, Terwin
Tyranny and Aislyn.
Terwin and Aislyn
okay.
gonna go get ice cream.
Yep.
As nice as it would be, right?
Middle of game day, want to go get ice cream?
Yeah, sure.
Fuck it, let's go get ice
Close
cream.
enough to a Dairy Queen.
We just record the entire silence of us leaving and then coming back.
Just eating, just...
No, it's like there's just like a 20-minute piece of the episode that's just silence while we go get ice
That
cream.
would be fucking hilarious. Now then, I suppose let's do Quelenna's little road trip.
Road trip!
Okay, and if it's going to be a while before they have someone else for me, then Aislyn will go with Quelenna
Okay.
and invite Terwin.
Everyone's like, oh, you know, that sounds like fun. Yeah, I think I'll come. If there's enough space for everybody.
Let me just make sure it's okay with...
Right.
I'm not the one paying for the transport. Hey, Quelenna,
Yes.
can I bring my friend?
Well, is she the pretty one I've seen around?
Probably.
You haven't introduced me yet.
Quelenna, Terwin.
Terwin.
Terwin, Quelenna.
Nice to meet you.
Was she standing there this entire time?
Yes.
We have got to work on your manners.
No, she just like jumps in the window when Aislyn does that.
No, maybe she was like waiting in the other room.
Ninja roll through the window, absolutely.
Yeah.
Where have you been, darling? No. Don't worry about it.
Well, alright. I mean,
Is there room?
I'm not exactly sure what the limit is. I think it's about 10 people.
I think it's like 8 people.
It's the caster plus 9, I think. It's either caster plus 8 or caster plus 9.
Caster plus 8.
Caster plus 8.
So yeah, there's room. And it's not, since it's still going to be a single spell, like the price isn't going to go up or anything.
You're on your own for cost of living or anything you want to do while we're there, and it is just a day trip.
Alright. Yeah, well, I mean, that's
One
the only...
night.
Yeah, that's the only reason I was able to take the time off to come.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of expenses, thanks, I'm getting to go along on this little ride to Fairyland. Do you want me to pitch in on some of that price?
I wouldn't mind in the letters.
It was
That was very kind of you to offer.
1,000 gold.
It was.
Well, I just wouldn't feel right hitching a ride for free.
You know, I just saved the Lord's Alliance probably about 10,000 gold.
That's very commendable of you, darling, but I'm not a member.
No, I was saying maybe I could be like, hey,
Get some of that.
get some of that.
I mean, they need that money. That's why they wanted to renegotiate.
Just a
the price,
deal.
but maybe a little
Just
bit.
a little bit.
Yeah.
I wouldn't worry because the rest of us can help.
So, all of you, or at least the characters you're playing that are coming along, go to this school to meet up with Valen. She's just like, oh, you're bringing friends.
I had a little +5 situation. Seems like they caught wind of the delights and visions that are irregular in the Feywild, and I figured, well, I'm paying for the casting anyway,
That
so...
is a fantastic place.
Before I left, I would have asked if they needed anything. By they, I mean this interim
Not right now.
done while I was out.
No, they don't need you right now.
Do they need anything from the Feywild,
Yeah,
perhaps?
that's what I meant. Listen, I'm going to the Feywild. You need anything from me?
Hey, I'm going to the store, corner store.
Mm-hmm.
You want to
There-
pick you up something?
They're not, like, super aware of anything that they want or need there, but if you find anything that they could find useful, they certainly
Probably some
would appreciate it.
fairy dust.
Got it.
Spiff?
Yes?
Yes.
So he can eat some magic fairy shrooms
Sure.
And grow wings.
and grow
1,
wings.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
7
Yeah,
eggs.
that's a full party right there.
That is the full capacity.
Dang.
Alright.
Does Silas count?
Silos?
And Cirrus.
Yeah, they would both count.
Shit. Just keep them in your pockets. And
Can we
don't let
dismiss
see
them
you.
and summon them?
They'll just get left behind. Say what?
Can we dismiss since there are familiars?
Yeah,
No.
dismiss him and summon him.
I know that doesn't work with Silas because he's just like a pseudo-dragon that I bonded with.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
true.
Cirrus is a fairy, so and he was summoned anyway when you
Yeah.
summoned
yeah,
from the
no.
Feywild when you made him
Yeah,
your
but just let us
familiar.
be our goddamn pets. We're colleagues.
I mean, sorry, it's only up to 8 willing
I
creatures.
just like you.
I'm sorry.
We're gonna have to leave somebody behind.
We could leave them with just Kira.
Or we'll just hear in the mirror. I don't want to march up to the mirror
Yeah.
and then back.
Again?
Does Zesbara really want to go? Is Zesbara going?
Well, I mean,
Yes, he is, and yes, he does.
Okay.
I will leave Cirrus. I will explain to Cirrus the issue, and I will say, I think I'm going to dismiss you and then resummon you once we're there, just for the ease, if
I mean,
that's okay.
He's just in the Feywild when he's not summoned anyway.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, honestly, I think it'll work if you just dismiss me. Then I can meet you in the Feywild.
Well, alright.
We could possibly leave Spiff behind to bring Silos.
I don't really have anyone to leave Silos. No, I have to leave him. Sorry, I'm not staying in a dingy inn. I am staying outside the city because Silos can't enter the city because he is a dragon.
You're right. Yeah.
Oh, so is he not even here right now?
No, Aislyn's not even here right now.
Yes.
She can temporarily leave Silos with Anwar, what's his name?
Yes. He is staying outside the city, so yeah, he can take care of Silos.
So Aislyn, it was Underhill, I think, was where Aislyn was staying. Undercliff?
Where's is Undercliff in the Underdark?
No.
It's like geographically right under Waterdeep.
Okay.
Land-wise, not like subterranean.
Right.
South.
Yes.
Just south of Waterdeep.
But yeah, Anwar can take care of Silos.
Okay.
Right, so we are bringing...
And is that okay with Silos? Stay with Anwar for a day?
Yeah, it's okay.
I'll bring you back something from the Feywild. Some berries or some fruits or something.
Yes, he wants the sweetest fruits and candies.
Okay.
So, Quelenna, Dagny, Spiff, Fiori, Aspara, Jamna, Aislyn, and
Terwin.
Alright. So yes, you all come into Valen's office and get set up, and she takes this little tuning fork out of her desk. Looks like it's made of this really strange, like, kind of steel-like material that looks weirdly organic. She's like, this is silken steel.
I would probably be familiar with that.
Yep, there are steel spiders that live in the silken steel forest in the Feywilds. They're pretty rare, and their silk is definitely hard to get a hold of.
Right.
Also just hard.
Yes.
That's what she said.
And then shaping it into a tuning fork and everything too. Yep, this does the trick for a plane shift.
Wow. I'm impressed.
So, you all gather hands in a circle.
And I make sure to deposit the fee into a large jar on her desk.
Yeah.
My part is platinum.
I've just assumed it would be done via bank transfer since that's a whole lot.
Yeah, that's
It
true.
is a whole lot. She will accept bank transfer.
Through what? The promissory notes?
Yeah, something from the Lord's Alliance, like Mayhem did the Alliance posture.
Yeah, if anybody does it, it's the Lord's Alliance.
Yeah.
Basically, you all link hands in a circle around Valen, and then she hits the tuning fork on like a metal bracelet on her arm.
We're all physically joining hands because this is how you cast plane shift.
Now we
There's two
now we
people.
hold a seance to summon the spirits of the people that were murdered in this basement.
Hey, demons, it's your boy.
Ruin the moment.
There's two people like holding Spiff's hooves.
Yes.
Or his tusks.
No, please.
Yes, that's gotta be those.
Yeah, he's gonna stand like a human.
No.
Oh no!
He's
Someone,
very
He's
heavy.
a boy.
one person is got a
Riding.
hold on his tail, and then Spiff has his mouth around the arm of the next person.
That works.
It's got to be Dagny.
Yes.
Naturally.
That was a good Dumbledore face.
So yeah, this is an audio only medium.
Good
Yes.
thing I'm describing what you're doing with your dumb face then, Devin.
Yeah,
Then
Devin.
you gotta see it. Anyway. So yes, she strikes the tuning fork and kind of like holds it up in the air, and it seems to like just keep getting louder and louder and kind of like ringing in your ears.
Aislyn's just like, by the power of Grayskull.
The power of Greyhawk.
She's just like in the middle of her incantation. Is and the sound, just, you feel it start to like vibrate over your whole body, and your surroundings start to get like kind of hazy and wobbly, like you are phasing out of existence.
I'm
You
a
kind of
vibrator.
feel like without moving, you feel like you're rushing down a tunnel as everything just kind of like fades away into the background. And the only thing keeping you here in this space is you holding on to each other.
This is extremely uncomfortable.
Yep.
Oh yeah. But then the tuning fork starts to fade, and your surroundings start to come back into focus, and everything snaps into place, and here you are standing in the Feywild.
That was horrible.
I liked it.
Of course you did.
What?
To make Dagny do a constitution check to see if he throws up.
That's fair.
Same.
Next time, would it be alright if I got drunk first?
Would it help?
Well, then you would definitely
I think
throw
so.
up.
Little nip of the courage.
I guess I have no idea what I would need to roll in
I don't
order
know,
to
I got
not
a
throw
14.
up.
What do you
Constitution.
think?
Constitution save.
I don't know. What's the DC? Like, how likely is Dagny to,
Get sick over this.
yeah.
Maybe like 15.
Oh no.
So I add on the saving throw one, right?
Yeah.
Oh, I spew.
Oh yeah.
I don't quite spew because I got like a 14, so I imagine it just kind of.
Yeah. Happens a lot first time.
Does Asvara spew? Yes.
Oh, buddy!
Blows chunks.
Maybe I should have lowered the DC.
He
I
throws
don't know.
up all over his spine.
Okay.
Asvar rolled a nat 1, though.
That poor baby.
Oh, no.
Aislyn's fine.
Projectile.
Yeah. He turns around.
Goddamn
just in
ambulance is coming for him.
time. I'm gonna roll a dex save to see if he is able to face away from everybody.
Oh, shit.
no.
Ooh, probably not. 12.
Oh my god.
He manages to get it on our shoes instead of on our torsos.
Maybe like a little bit on the person next to you as you're turning around.
Oh my god!
There's
Jamna, prestidigitate me. This is awful.
there's a fairy
He
walking.
prestidigitates you. He feels horrible.
There's a fairy walking by. It's just like, I'll take this.
You can tell because their breath smells like vomit.
So, where you find yourselves is kind of to your surprise, you seem to be standing on like a very large branch or bridge, just some very long wooden surface that seems to have grown into the shape of a bridge. And you look around to see it connected to these massive trees. You've never seen trees this big in your whole life.
Except me.
Yeah, of course.
I just look up and I'm like, home.
With some of them having like green and gold leaves. There's one with leaves that are kind of iridescent. There's a tree fairly close to you with snowflake-shaped white leaves that occasionally like drift down like next to you.
Is it morning?
Yes.
Quelenna?
What?
You didn't mention the morning wood.
Fuck me, Aislyn.
No,
That's
it's
not
not
an
morning.
invitation.
I shouldn't have said
That is not an invitation. For the record.
I thought you were noble.
I didn't think it was. Exiled.
For her jokes,
exiled for
clearly.
puns.
I see. Yes.
So yes, this like kind of bridge that you're standing on connects to some very big trees that are kind of like branch out on top to hold these like huge buildings and palaces that are also quite literally like grown into the perfectly symmetrical, beautiful shapes.
They branch out, huh?
Yeah. Like crystalline windows, and with more buildings kind of off behind this one, you find yourself on the outskirts of Las Vegas.
You kept the stupid name, bless your heart.
You're damn right. Hey, we can have Cheddar Falls.
Yeah.
We can have Las Vegas.
Damn straight.
And yet I get attacked for the puns.
Quelenna,
Yes.
you made it home.
Yay! Thank goodness. She starts kneeling down to kiss the trees. Thinks better of it for a moment, but then it's just like, fuck it, and just kisses the trees. It's like, home!
I bet this is somewhat of a treat for you.
Oh my god!
Just holds up a middle finger and keeps hugging the tree branch.
Okay, I was gonna say that I think she finally fucking lost it, but then I'm about to lose it after that comment, thank you.
Since this is your home, Quelenna, I will let you pretty much take it from here.
Yes.
Okay.
We're gonna leave things to Quelenna.
If you have a general idea of what Las Vegas is like.
Actually,
Shaggy's gonna beat up Aislyn. I want to watch.
Jamna took her shoe off. She's ready to throw down. I was thinking it's kind of a party city, like the real Las Vegas.
Yeah.
Like, there is a college of glamour, but that's because you gotta learn your trade somewhere, and it's kind of like the clown college in Los Angeles, where it's probably out back of some warehouse somewhere. So it's the equivalent of that.
Yeah.
I mean, they probably do have a library, but it's like all practical spells.
I mean, it's maybe like kind of like that for the Feywild, but still miles above anything on the material plane.
Oh
that you
yeah,
would ever
so
see.
like I'm imagining like the main boulevard is like this huge avenue of like beautiful trees with these ethereal bridges and like multiple levels of like walkways and crosswalks, and like, you know, like some of the trees have like fountains of like ethereal glowing water coming out of them, and like one or two of them have like colored spotlights.
Yes.
and permanent fairy fires.
That like instead of just shooting straight out into the sky, might maybe like arc over. Like,
Yes,
and just
definitely.
cool
There's
designs.
definitely like an enchanted permanent rainbow at one end.
Absolutely. There's also, instead of neon signs, they just have like multicolored fireflies that kind of shape themselves into whatever the sign needs to say.
Or instead of or they have like ever burning flames, but they're like shaped,
and
let
colored.
into letters.
Fairy fires.
Yes.
Ooh, yeah.
Is there a firefly billboard for nudes of popping?
I wouldn't be called Nudes of Poppin'. It would be called
Nudes of Pippin.
no. It would be called naturally frolicking or something. A natural frolic.
What's frolic in French?
Frolics
boutique.
and flowers.
A boutique for the clothesless.
Dagny,
Yeah.
Spiff must love it here. The whole city
God.
is so arboreal.
This is supposed to be the happiest place in the multiverse.
Fury contemplates jumping off of the branch they're on. You just stare at it.
Aislyn, I'm warning you. I don't think anybody in this group knows Featherfall.
Oh, Fury's just like, bye, just jumps off the bridge. A couple seconds later, you just see him on a cloud of moths, just lowering to the ground. He's like, God damn it.
I tried so hard.
At least he got away.
We got so far, but in the end, only
Didn't
the
even
moth
matter.
cloud mattered. Anyway.
Fury's hair is growing back out.
Yay! So that's the main boulevard, but then, like, there's, like, definitely still, like, pretty, but, like, a little more quaint off the beaten track places surrounding the boulevard, and then probably some more, like, plebeian, like, acres of just, like, people who, like, live in the area.
Yeah.
Like, tree houses, they're still, like, very beautiful by material plane standards, but compared to, like, this main boulevard, they look almost shabby by comparison.
Like, they probably look like a lot of those Tumblr photo sets of really elaborate tree houses. And
Yes.
shit.
What does Terwin think about all the puns?
Terwin laughs like a fucking idiot every time.
Good. Someone needs to appreciate
Terrence
her
doesn't-
artistry.
She would also like to do puns, but very bad at thinking of puns on the spot.
You've just got to, you got to be really quick with it, very punctual.
Oh my
God damn it.
Fiore does do it. He jumps off. But the cloak catches.
Oh, I guess I'm just gonna have to do my best. Turn over a new leaf.
Dagny just screams.
Clap. Aislyn claps and giggles.
Did it!
There's a pair of mimes wandering by that turn around and just like mime putting the two of you in a box.
Aislyn looks at them and says, "Sorry, do you mime?
They nod vigorously.
We're having a moment here. Do you mime?"
They're offended and taken aback, and and like one puts his hand to his forehead and just like, you know, like if he talked, you would be like one of those so crude, but like he just mimes it, and the other one is just like miming sobbing, and then they like the first one puts his arm around the second one and they just walk off.
Aislyn nods. That's fair.
Fiore comes and takes Dagny in his arms like a little baby and lowers to the ground with him so he will also be safe.
Don't be lost, y'all.
And
Come.
Dagny's there with the big shiny anime eyes and the
Yes.
the little shading of blush.
I see how it is now. You were screaming. The screamer wheel gets the grease.
Quick, Asbara, cast grease on somebody.
No.
As far as like I did when I got here.
A traveling performer is also wondering about it. He's like, did somebody say Grease?
Oh God, no.
I love Grease.
Go away!
I think we should just slide on out of here.
There you go. You're doing it.
There you go.
I think he hurt himself.
I got dust in my eye as punishment.
Punishment.
God damn it!
Somebody should have invited Rob.
Anyway, let's move this right along.
See, even the dog objects.
Sorry, buddy.
We're now
We are
in the
we are
dangerous
going down a
dog hearing.
slippery slope.
Okay, anyway.
Our puns have entered the hearing range of dogs now. It's gotten a bit too dangerous. So yeah, where are you going with everybody?
Well, I mean, if anybody's interested in doing the tourist thing, I won't stop them, but, I'm headed to the College of Glamour to check in with my tutor, Garmili.
Right.
And if anybody would like to come with, you're more than welcome, but there's plenty here on the main drag to delight the senses.
Yes, I think I'll take a look around here. And then she looks to Terwin and holds out her arm.
Puts her arm around hers. Like, they have blackjack. Let's play blackjack.
I'm sure
Blackjack
they
and
have.
hookers, you want to hit up the Black Pyramid.
I was gonna say they probably have hookers as well.
Maybe just blackjack.
Yeah, I don't think we need the hookers.
Oh, in that case, the Red Diamond.
Gotcha. Is there a green circle too?
Might as well. I mean, I think that's where the Druids hang out.
Yeah, I guess that makes sense.
Is the Black Pyramid a Luxor reference?
Probably.
I was just thinking of the difficulty on ski slopes. There's like green circle, red square, and black diamond, I think.
There's a Black Pyramid Hotel in Las Vegas.
Really?
The Luxor.
Oh, is that the one where the fucking beam shoots out of the tip? Oh yeah. So,
By the way, if anybody tries to get you two hitched, like impersonating Elminster or something like that, refuse. The rates are ridiculous, and I can get you a priest somewhere else.
Aislyn just calls back, I think we're good.
I'm just saying, some of them can be kind of pushy.
Fiore's like, what? You don't want to get married right now.
Yeah, no, not.
But whatever
I think
for.
I'm good.
I think I'm good.
There's no way it could possibly go wrong.
I'm afraid we're
absolutely
just
not.
gonna like wake up and there'll be like a tiger that we somehow bought while we were blackout drunk or something.
You know what? Fiore, Gemna, you do it, I'll do it.
I'm so down for this. But can't we wait until after I go talk to my mentor? I do want to be there for this if this is going to be a double ceremony.
It really isn't.
I mean, you say that now, but anything can happen in Las Vegas.
Except by trying to get married all at the same time, you like accidentally fuck it up And instead,
Summon
Fiori and
Tiamat.
Aislyn are married, and Jamna and Terran are married.
And someone got married to Spiff somehow.
Yeah.
The tiger did. The tiger did.
The tiger got married to Spiff. So if what happens in Las Feygas stays in Las Feygas, if you get married here, are you still married when you leave?
That's the eternal question.
Or can you just not speak about it?
Do we lose our memories of what happened here when we leave?
There's a small chance.
It is the Feywild. It could be like that. You
Okay.
never know. Shit, how much time will have passed by the time you get back? What if like a day here is like a month in the real world?
Come
Whoops.
back.
Well, that's why just
here.
Karen.
All the factions are so mad. Where the fuck were you guys?
Actually, that is a legitimate concern.
Yeah, we get back and just Kira's like
Hey
got
guys,
like twigs in her hair, and, like looks like a total moss.
Hair.
Oh, well,
And-
in her scales, in her frill.
Jiskira's there with like
You've gone native.
with Charles Ross, and we're like, and she's like, guys, it's been so long, and Charles Ross is like huge size now.
Oh boy.
And then he's just like, hello, friends.
Would you come in for tea and crumpets?
I've had a lot of time to work with him.
He's just wearing a top hat and a monocle.
What happened to your arm? A lot of time.
Hard work.
Been
All right,
84 years.
So, blackjack and a buffet.
Oh, yes.
Ooh,
I
can
see.
they have rainbow shrimp at the buffet?
Yes! Yes!
Oh, and we need to visit a candy store.
Yes, we need candy for
Slilos.
Slilos.
Yeah.
So they're off.
Jomno wants a more local perspective. He
Well,
wants
that's
to,
where I'm heading.
he wants to know what's actually cool and not just blingy.
What should I roll for Asvar trying to write down everything he sees, but also walk at the same time?
Probably dexterity save.
Yeah, let's make it a dex save. That sounds good.
None.
None.
0?
9.
9, okay. Yeah, no, like, he's maybe used to walking down, like, flat streets or something, but there's, like, roots and shit, little things poking up out of the bridge, and he absolutely gets his foot hooked under one, and then just, just face hook into his book.
Heads up. Heads up doesn't mean head in the dirt.
Asvar lifts his head up, and there's just ink smeared all across one cheek.
Does some of it look like writing?
It's like a little butterfly.
I wasn't even drawing a butterfly. It's the Feywild.
Well, congratulations. You now have a facial tattoo.
Prestidigitation.
So the way to College of Glamour is,
Sing star on the right and straight on till morning.
actually, no. Quelenna goes to like slide down. She immediately ducks off the main drag because it's just chock-a-block full of like revelers and just like street performers and like all different kinds of fairies and temptations and like lots of Eladrin wandering around like trailing like robes full of like
It's just going, it's,
leaves and butterflies and flowers.
There's an obscene number of puppets here.
Mm-hmm.
And I will look for it.
I mean, I'm sure I'll have a lovely time.
It's for the puppet good. We
Mhm.
don't want to lose their trousers.
It would be a disaster. Especially here. Someone's trousers go down.
Oh.
Everything.
And Ryan's to a halt.
why don't you both make Arcana checks?
13!
I'm a 17.
Gemna, don't steal from fairies.
Do Eladrin count as fairy?
They'll steal things from you you didn't even think could be stolen.
There's tourists.
They'll take your name.
We're going to steal from the tourists.
There's not a lot of tourists.
Well, the ones that are here, we're going to steal from them.
Oh, good lord.
Anyway, so the way to the, she ducks immediately into an alley between two big trees, and you can tell it's kind of a less, it's still very pretty and, like, woodsy, but it's, like, definitely more of, like, an access corridor, and, goes off to the side, and then there's, like, a pole that would, like, kind of serve the function of, like, a fireman's pole, but then she stops, and she's like, oh, wait, I've got Dosh to spin around. She does a big taxi cab whistle and hails a flying taxi cab for the group. And it's got like these ethereal, like, butterfly winged, like, Pegasi with like flowing manes and like curling tails. And like it's got this guy in just like this, pastel livery and like with a little hat, and he's got like a little curled goatee. And you know, like curled shoes and like just like fucking Wizard of Oz shit. And like the horses are horses of a different color, of course. And, she's like, all right, College of Glamour, let's do it. Everybody in.
And you take off. It's like a roller coaster ride.
Fiore leans into Jem. He's like, I don't think I want to steal anything from here. It's like really nice.
It's off-putting is what it is.
I don't like it.
Oh no.
It's bright and beautiful and horrible.
Oh, trust me, there's awful places around here too.
No, he's seen a lot of rich, colorful things, so it's not really something that's really that bad.
Yeah.
He actually looks like it's nice here.
How's Spiff handling this ride?
I don't think Spiff appreciates being airborne.
You said it was like an ethereal looking.
Yeah,
The
it's
material was made out of?
fucking like Santa's sleigh except blue and sparkly.
Like a limo carriage.
Okay.
Yeah. So like it actually it isn't when it pulls up, but the footman like taps a wand on it and it grows bigger.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, can it be a pumpkin?
I think that's an extra charge, but if you feel like it.
That was just an Amy request.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think Fiore wants a pumpkin.
I had a drawing of that kind of horse on the cover of a journal I had when I was a girl.
Me too.
Well, gosh, I guess the illustrator must have heard something about here.
It's beautiful. Hurts me eyes.
Beautiful.
Lisa Frank is an Eladrin. Confirmed.
Yes.
Confirmed.
Oh boy. Yeah, and it's about as crazy as one too.
Exactly, I was gonna say. Perfect.
So yes, you pull up to the College of Glamour. Tell me a little bit about Garmelie.
Garmelie is a satyr. He's old enough to not care about how old he is.
He's mysterious.
Yeah. He's definitely mysterious.
He's horny.
He is horny, but he reins it in around the students, I would say.
Well, yeah, probably.
Gotta be a little professional.
Wait, he reigns.
Horniness is a strictly off-hours activity.
Oh, sure.
Don't bring
Okay.
it into the college.
Leave your horny at the door.
Yeah, exactly.
Was it?
Are you
Never
just
get
saying
anything
No,
done?
there's
that's a real
horny
problem.
in a college? Are you kidding me?
Just don't bring it in the classroom. It's
Not the
disruptive.
classes. The dorms are fair game.
Except for seduction classes.
Well, obviously.
And those you partner off,
Mm-hmm.
and you cannot partner off with your partner.
Yeah.
That's a rule.
Yeah, 'cause that would be too easy.
Exactly.
Mm.
Anyway, so I would say that, like, the whole thing is, like, it just looks like a bare tree from the outside, but, like, if you know the doors, like, they're all covered by glamours.
Oh.
So, like, the main entrance is just, like, a big cascade of, like, sparkling, like, silvery, ivy leaves draped over, like, you know, like, what would normally be, like, a hole in the wood.
Mhm.
But, you just, when you walk through it, instead of pushing aside the vines, you just kind of, like, disrupt the illusion and go through. And, just like all the windows are concealed, but from the inside it's very, you know, airy and brightly lit. And it's basically like rooms are, probably like grown into parts of the trunk and the branches.
Mhm.
But like from the outside, if you didn't know what you were looking for, you wouldn't know
Mhm.
that it's a school. Garmelie is probably one of the senior instructors, but he probably doesn't run the place.
Yeah.
He's more of like, you know, like the tenured professor who doesn't give a shit.
Yeah.
And he often has classes, like there's actually kind of a courtyard down at the bottom, that's like partially just like a grassy area and like some wildflowers and like maybe a few stones in the log, where you can like have classes outside and like, you know, like learn part of like how to, manipulate nature. And like, I feel like that's where Garmelie would usually have his classes, but like, again, it's illusion from the outside. So you wouldn't necessarily be able to see in.
Yeah. I like that. So yeah, you find Garmelie.
Mm-hmm.
who is, I would say, he's down in like this steps down,
Yeah.
almost tiny amphitheater.
Yes,
Something like that, but with like natural formations of
yes,
stone.
exactly. Yeah, so I go around and introduce everybody, and I present scrolls with written versions of the songs I've come up with over the last few months, and we have a nice chat about everything that's happened. And I'm just like, well, I mean, there's only a couple things really bothering me at this point. One of them is this darn binding to the material plane, and can you get any sense on whether that's reset at this point? Like, am I back to how I usually am, or is it going to take something more?
You asking Garmelie?
Yeah, I mean, like, he's my tutor. I trust him.
Yeah. Bards can eventually, like, learn plane shift, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I thought so. So you'll probably have a good feel for that.
I think they have to take it as a magical secret, but yes.
I thought it was just a bard spell.
Whatever.
But either way, they can learn it.
Garmelie maybe takes, like, a little pan flute and kind of comes up to each of you in turn and, like, plays a little chord, and when he does, your body is surrounded by these kind of like vibrating colors that kind of like show what your native plane is. And while everybody else is kind of showing as kind of like this soft kind of whitish gray for the material plane, yours comes off as very iridescent, like green and gold. And it seems like you are now released from the binding of the material plane.
That is such a relief. Say, my mom hasn't come by to bother anybody, has she?
She's been busy.
Oh, really? What have you heard?
Oh, apparently there's a new scandal in the court, and she is trying to dig up all the gossip she can about it.
Oh, I'd be fascinated to find out more about that, but I've got a limited amount of time. So, any tips, pointers, anything I should be, I just, like, talk shop with him about, like, my future, like, College of Glamour, like, what I should be looking to improve on and, like, what my next few features will be, basically. And I'm sure there's, like, student performances going on and, like, maybe, like, a table with, like, free stuff. And, like, I don't know if there would be food, because there's this whole thing about fairies and food.
Yeah. Like, maybe
there might be food, but for, like, the students.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, between fairies, it's probably fine.
Yeah.
Probably nobody else should take any.
What does fairy food in D&D do?
Can we roll to know, please?
Yeah. Does Quelenna tell anybody before you go in?
I'm just like, make sure you pay for food before you take any. If it's free, it's probably not for you.
Yeah. Never accept a gift from a fairy.
You can roll Arcana if you want.
Let these children roll.
Arcana. I rolled a 16.
15 for Aspar. He's not good.
I mean, this should have been like a training seminar before we actually came here.
Well, there wasn't, so.
I mean, that's the important bit.
It's really entirely up to what Quelenna wants to tell you. I'd say 15 is probably enough for you to know that if you take anything from a fairy, they expect something in return.
Like your soul?
And, well, if you don't specify what that something is beforehand, then they get to decide.
It could be.
If it comes up, Quelenna will definitely explain and, like, always be polite. Like, thank everybody, tip your service people, and, don't piss off a noble. They're the ones with the fancy headdresses.
Also, don't make any promises.
Yeah, that too.
Okay, I promise.
I'm not a fairy, so that's okay.
Yeah. So, I'm sure we start complaining about, like, where to get some dinner at some point before Quelenna's like, alright, it's great to catch up with you, Garmiel boy. I promise I'll be back sooner this time, rather than later if I can help it.
Just made a promise.
It's okay for her.
I'll try.
Always make sure to come back. We'll love to see you. Maybe do some guest performances for us once in a while.
Oh, wow. That would be absolutely my pleasure. And then I guess we leave.
Yes. Let's go look at stuff.
Yeah, let's go find these two and, like, get dinner, like, snoop around for rumors.
Yes.
Do they accept material plane currency here?
Gold is gold.
Okay.
I would say, like, on the main drag is where you're most likely to be able to accept currency.
Okay.
But like in like the cool hip scene places, like you might need to like offer something handmade or a kiss or a wink or
your
secret.
dreams.
yeah, or secrets or your dreams or something like that.
Or a day of your life. A day off your life.
Well, Spiff loves giving kisses.
Oh yeah, you do.
Maybe just a minute off your life for like a peppermint candy or something.
I will pay you by allowing you to pet Spiff.
Man, I wonder if
Deal.
I would take that in real life. A candy for just one less minute.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would.
I would.
That minute could be key.
Yeah, it has to be a pretty good candy to me.
Yeah, it can't be like a little peppermint.
I mean, I don't want to live a super long time anyway, so.
It would have to be what we all thought Turkish Delight
Was gonna be.
was gonna
Supposed to
be.
be.
Yes, that exactly. 'Cause, Turkish Delight was a bummer when I first had it.
I've never tried
I
one.
liked it.
I don't want to.
I don't even know what that is.
It wasn't as
like
fancy
floral flavors.
and elegant as the Ice Queen made it seem.
Yeah. Isn't it kind of like a date or marzipan type of,
It's like a rose, rosy halva marzipan thing.
yeah.
Is it candy?
Yeah, it's candy. I think it comes in like little pieces. It's a confection. Anyway,
while these two are visiting the Bard College, Terwin and Aislyn are maybe like playing a little poker or something, and there's one point where Terwin like flips a really bad card and she stands up, she's like, "That's bullshit!
and then a
Did you
nearby
mess with this deck?"
a nearby Minotaur is offended. Excuse me, madam?
Never mind. You kind of start to see firsthand how Terwin kind of has a short temper sometimes. I wonder if that would get her into trouble in the Feywild. What
It
thing?
would depend on what happens.
It really depends on what happens. I definitely could get her in trouble.
Yeah, if she got pissed off at the wrong person.
I don't think she wants to go to anything super swanky right now. It's her first time in the Feywild.
No,
She
just
doesn't wanna
playing
get
games
in
of
overdread.
chance.
Yeah,
Want to gamble? Do they gamble like for money or for more nebulous things?
they could probably find a tourist joint that just gambles for money.
I mean, do they do both?
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, probably.
I would like to. Aislyn would like to do both. If you're if you're going to be in the Feywild for only a day,
YOLO.
YOLO.
Make her spin on the Fountain of Fortune table.
Oh, they don't have that here.
There's no Fountain of Fortune?
Not here.
Why not?
Not a fairy thing.
It could be. They could have something similar. Do they have any authentic wishing wells
Ooh.
or wishing fountains?
Yeah, probably. I don't know exactly how good of wishes you can get from it.
I mean,
Aislyn's gonna try it out.
What do you want to wish for?
First of all, she is throwing in a platinum piece,
ooh.
and she is kissing it beforehand.
Ooh.
And she will silently wish that... I have to actually think about this.
Oh, okay. Terwin throws in a copper to wish for Alphonse to rip a huge fart in the middle of a fancy dinner with, visiting dignitaries.
I think she might get that wish.
She doesn't want to wish for anything too big.
I mean, I don't want to wish for anything too big either, as this probably can't grant any big wishes.
No, it wouldn't be a wish spell or anything.
No.
Maybe just so you could re-roll to hit once in battle or something for a platinum and a kiss.
I mean, that's not something Aislyn would wish for, because she doesn't think she needs it.
I wish for the cult to stop sucking.
No, do not wish for that. We need them to suck so that we can beat them.
Oh, yeah, that's a good point.
Good point.
Or maybe it just makes it so no one in the cult can suck on anything anymore. They can't
straws.
they try to suck on a popsicle and just end up just kind of gumming it. Why isn't
Why
this
can't I do this
working?
anymore? They become distracted by trying to figure out the strange disease that has afflicted every cult member. For some reason, it seems Tiamat does not want them to use straws, and they're trying their best to figure out why.
I figured out
the jump on them.
Aislyn is going to wish for a night of fun that they will never forget.
Okay.
You don't know that they do already. Well, I'm betting some of them do, and then that would mean some of them receive them, and then that would mean...
You're sitting here talking about fucking blowjob when Aislyn's just wished for a night of fun that she'll never forget.
So blowjobs are included.
Do they have bags of candies of fortune bags?
Like candies of fortune. Like,
Instead of they don't have the fountain of
every
fortune.
flavor beans except they like make flowers grow out of your ears.
That'd be cute.
Oh my god.
What about jelly beans, where like one tastes like embarrassment?
Yes.
Oh my god.
Instead of like physical like tongue flavors, they give you moods and feelings.
Moods
Yes!
and, like abstract concepts.
Mood candy.
Oh.
A bean that tastes like how it feels when you finish a very good book for the first time.
Shit. Buy me a
good flavor.
It should have like a sensory flavor or like a tongue flavor as well, but just give you that overwhelming feeling.
It does have a actual flavor, and it tastes like how it feels when you finish a good book for the first time. Root beer barrels.
I want those candies.
What
Yes.
if you love books but hate root beer?
Are they labeled, or is it just a mystery what you're gonna get?
You could probably do
You know,
both.
these are the perfect candies for Stylos, who is himself empathic. I'm getting him a bag of these.
Yes. Get it.
What do they cost?
Let's say 5 gold.
The first laugh of your firstborn.
Okay.
You're not planning on having children, are you?
Nope.
Yeah, I don't think they'll take that deal.
I mean, okay, but if you promise it, there is a way that will happen.
Oh,
How about 3 gold and a wink?
Wink's worth maybe 5 silver.
Yeah.
I could wink at you 15 times.
In a recession?
It doesn't work like that.
In this economy?
How about 4 gold and a blown kiss?
Okay. I'd blow it to Terwin.
Oh, no, to me. I'm selling it to you.
I'm sorry you didn't specify.
The other employee in the back just starts giggling.
He's new.
Fiore would like to buy several, and he has secrets to trade for these.
Oh god, yes. Ooh, they'll gobble up those secrets.
Yeah, he'll just lean in and whisper in his ear for a while about just things that he's seen.
As the clerk is scooping bag after bag.
You wind up with like
What did she
a
do
whole
after
burlap
that?
sack. Shit.
Guys.
They were what color?
Yeah, pretty much.
I love this. Anyway, yeah, candy's bought.
Candy's bought and paid for.
Quelenna is prepared to stay up all night, but she kind of urges everyone to find some kind of lodging.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lovely little place down that way, and then down the alley, it's got the most beautiful hammocks in the treetops. You'll love it.
What kind of mood-altering substances are available? I would say alcohol. Like what kind of alcohol, but
Amber,
I don't want to limit myself to alcohol.
do you remember the Tome of Quaffs? Yeah. Amber and I came up with a list
Yeah,
of...
you shared that with me.
Yeah.
Semi-impossible and conceptual beverages.
Yes.
Like that. Terwin drinks a little bottle of this very clear liquid with what looks like glitter-colored bubbles, like sizzling in it. And she just takes a sip of one and just goes,
Do it again.
No.
bottle of giggles.
It's giggle juice.
Fiore backs away from it as far as possible.
Just
Nope.
out the door, down the street. So yes, it's up to see your mom. Oh joy.
Yeah, Quelenna just asks around because she assumes that her mom is just being obnoxious somewhere.
Why don't you go ahead and what would like a gathering rumors roll be? I guess like
Investigation.
Investigation, probably.
yeah, let's
Leave it
do
up to you, bud.
investigation.
Or, yeah. It was
Probably
at one
talk
time.
a few rumors out of people.
It was at one point a charisma-based role.
Persuasion. How about persuasion?
Sure, darling.
I feel like a persuasive person would be really good at getting rumors.
24.
Nice. Wherever, I assume your mom has a very nice place, like around here somewhere. Are you, like, trying to find out where she is, or just, like, what she's up to?
Both.
Okay.
Like, Quelenna's honestly a little concerned that she was able to study for so long without her mom hovering and, like, trying to interfere and introduce her to, like, all kinds of new boyfriends.
Yeah. She is, like, at home right now, but, as you're asking around, probably actually mostly at the college, you find out that Mayweather has been involved in kind of like a small, not really a scandal, but kind of like a pissy little quarrel with somebody, because this one member of the court told this other member of the court who hosted Mayweather at like a party recently that Mayweather said that her doilies were garish or something, but she totally didn't say that. So why would you even say that? And so now she's involved in this like 3-way cat fight where the host is like all offended, but Mayweather is trying to tell the host that like she totally made that up. I thought your doilies were gorgeous, darling.
Yes. Ugh, sounds like the kind of bullshit she would pull.
But also, maybe she really did say that, and she's just trying to,
Oh,
get out of
100%.
But yeah, you can find her at her place.
Knock.
There's no answer.
Mom! I know you're in there.
You hear, kind of muffled distant, just a...
I know. I'm such a fucking inconvenience to you. Open the door.
She opens the door, is like, oh!
Don't pretend
Quelenna.
you're pleased to see me.
Okay, well, what are you doing here?
I went missing for a while. I thought you might like to know that I'm back and safe. And that I have amassed no small amount of influence and personal power on the material realm.
Oh, the material realm.
Right, I knew it fucking wouldn't count.
Yes, no, I'm very proud of you, darling. I'm sure that those humans are very impressed with you.
There's not just humans there, Mom.
And humans and whatever. Elves, I guess, too.
These are some of my friends.
Yeah.
Let me introduce them to you.
Hello, we're the whatever.
These are my friends, Spiff's Angels. And I introduce them one by one in the most glowing terms.
Preferably
Right.
starting with Spiff.
Yes, absolutely starting with Spiff.
What is this beast?
It's a gleaming, glorious battle boar.
With dragon scale mail.
Yes.
And what is he wearing?
A flamethrower.
This year's finest.
Something we killed.
Oh, impressive.
Oh, I
Even-
think she might actually be impressed, you guys.
Killing a dragon is still a pretty big deal, I think, even for her position. Yes, well, it's a pleasure to meet you on Mayweather Fire Tree.
Don't roll out the red carpet or anything, Mom.
As you introduced everybody, she definitely looked at your faces for a second, and then was looking at what you're wearing. Oh, is this what passes for fashion in the material plane these days?
It's practical, Mother.
I'm sure it is.
You can't go adventuring in high fashion. I've tried. It just ends in bedraggled feathers.
I saw, yeah. She is correct. She did try.
Well, it's good to see that you have put in minimal effort.
I fluff up the collar on my winter wolf cloak.
Oh, lovely.
Could you try to have more disdain in your voice? I just can't. I've heard the worst things about you, and I'm not in the least surprised.
Whatever you've heard is not true, I'm sure.
Yes, I'm sure those doilies were absolutely garish.
I would never say that.
Uh-huh. I look around and see if she has any garish doilies around.
As Varro pipes in, he's like, are doilies really important to fairies? Or
It's not the doilies so much as the insults.
got it.
She has put away all her doilies.
I see your silk and steel doily collection has mysteriously been put away.
They're out for cleaning.
I'm sure.
Polished and more.
So what's this about the what's his name? The Thorn Knight? Yeah.
Oh, Cerulean? He's doing fantastic. You wouldn't believe, a little while back he managed to rope himself a golden stag.
No.
But unfortunately, Leiron accidentally let it loose. And apparently he said something about its breath smelling just very, very horrible. It was unusual.
Quelenna puts her forehead in her hand. Much like Picard when confronted with a similar situation.
Whenever Q shows up.
Or Loxana.
Yeah.
Oh, I think I might know the creature in question.
Oh, really? You make friends with a lot of golden stags?
No, not often, but this one in particular had a penchant for drinking very, very bad booze.
That would explain a lot. Apparently he was stumbling around all over the place.
God, that's some awful luck. To get caught by the kind of assholes you would hang out with.
Cute.
I mean, it's really much of a hunch of these shit pests anyways.
Exactly!
He's trying to run away and he just runs fucking headfirst into a tree, gets his antlers stuck into it.
Just conjure a river of moonshine and you've got him.
Don't tell him.
I bet they have those on the buffet line
Probably.
next to the rainbow shrimp.
Yes.
It's a booze called moonshine, but it's literally made out of distilled moonlight.
Oh, fuck you. Oh, it tastes so good. I imagine. It just tastes like cheese. It's actually just Saloon, just like pissing me.
I was gonna say.
Oh god, that's gone some really bad places real quick there. But oh yes, he's doing just wonderful.
How are you doing?
Just wonderful, aside from all this kerfuffle over the toilet. So silly. I'm sure it'll all blow over soon.
Yeah.
That's a 9 insight.
She's doing just wonderful!
Really? For the last 10 years, Mom? You've been doing just wonderful for the last 10 years?
Of course.
Wonderful enough that you never came and checked up on me, even though that was your fondest pastime during the previous 120 years of my life.
I know how you can get sometimes.
And there's a reason for that.
Running or following your flights of fancy.
I wonder who she learned it from.
Quelenna is very much trying to stifle a vindictive smile.
Fury is just, he has not locked, he's just eyes locked on drilling. He hates this woman so much.
Alright, everything's fine. I've still heard some bad, awful things about this cerulean.
I can't imagine why.
Oh, you know that, he's got a habit of, entrapping, unwitting women.
Well, I am anything but unwitting, let me assure you.
I wouldn't say that.
Look, Mom, as much as we don't get along sometimes, I am worried about you. And I just wanted to make sure that if you were in a bad situation, that you had a chance to let someone know. Someone who could perhaps do something about it now. And Quelenna casts polymorph on Spiff and turns him into one of those winged horses that we saw earlier.
Hell yeah.
Wow. Why don't you go ahead and roll persuasion? At disadvantage. 'Cause it's your mother.
Well, they're both shitty, but that will be a 19.
Wow.
Because I rolled a 7 and an 8. She's just got a plus 11 persuasion.
Whew, yeah.
Expertise, yo.
Hot diggity damn.
It seems like for a second you maybe see the facade crack a little bit, but she quickly shores it back up, knowing how much it would wound her to admit that sort of thing. But so, you have nothing to worry about. Mommy can take care of herself. What are you doing?
Insight! 15.
Your mother is very good at hiding her emotions, but she's also your mother and you're very used to her, so...
Maybe they cancel each other out?
Yeah, I mean, 15 isn't horrible. It's not great, but it's not horrible, so...
Maybe I can tell that she's concealing something and maybe Mommy can't handle herself.
Yeah. Although, at the same time, that might be par for the course for her.
So, confirming things I already suspected.
Yeah, kind of.
Hmm.
Also, I feel like noting that she hasn't invited you in, and she's probably not going to, so this is still taking place on the doorstep.
I imagine she's got like a fancy deck with like some furniture strewn about.
Oh, yeah.
Papa's
Now that you mention it, yeah. Just doesn't want dirty in the house.
Dirty mortals.
Dirty shoes.
Dirty material realm people
Yes.
is what it comes down to.
Sorry, your shoes aren't made of enough flowers and wishes.
Well, if wishes were horses, we'd all be riding spiff.
Even as a spectral unicorn horse, it just goes.
Are you going to invite us in?
Oh, I'm not sure that I am really set up to take visitors right now.
But you can take care of yourselves.
I'm busy.
I imagine at this point I've re-summoned Cirrus. Or he's found his way to us.
Yeah, probably.
Can I have him heart sight my mom? While invisible?
Yeah. It's a very low check, but I'll have to make it. I just need it.
Okay.
You see her kind of go.
I'm sure it was nothing.
You could have him keep trying. I don't know.
I kind of feel like...
She might get wise.
Yeah. Now, Mother, if you're truly in trouble, I think the one person you could trust with anything untoward or gone wrong would be your one and only daughter. Now, wouldn't it? In fact, I might even suggest that you just go ahead and tell me. Just spill it. Just between the two of us. I cast suggestion.
Oh. What do I have to do for that?
That is a wisdom save, I believe. Yes.
I'm just making up stats for her on the spot.
Woo! She's probably like an Eladrin commoner or something.
Yeah, I don't think they're terribly high.
My DC is 16.
Oh.
Yes! Gotcha, bitch!
What exactly does suggestion do again? The failed save, it pursues the course of action and described to the best of its ability. Okay. And that was a reasonable request, so I guess... Yeah. Just the two of us?
Just the two of us.
Just between us girls.
Just us girls.
Well, why don't we go inside?
Yes, why don't you?
Finally.
I mean, I'm sure it's a perfectly enchanting twilight at this point.
Oh yes, absolutely. The fireflies are out. The rainbow-colored fireflies.
Yes. Like all kinds of night glows and sparkles and like strings of vines and that have glowing fruits.
After she takes you inside, she's quiet for a little bit. You can tell that, like, the spell is working, but she's definitely, like, trying to find her way around some things.
I go and make tea.
Yeah. She's like, well, I would be lying if I said that life wasn't stressful. It's always kind of stressful in my my social sphere. But, you know, what can we do about it?
Not get entangled with assholes for one, Mother. This man is a Fey noble. That does not bode well for you. Even sometimes especially the Sealy Court.
Well, it definitely comes with its advantages, though, doesn't it? To have such high-standing social connections.
I suppose it does, but do you really want to get tangled all up in this?
She kind of anxiously tugs at the little silver necklace around her neck.
Arcana check.
Yep.
May Aspara also make an Arcana check?
Sure, but at disadvantage. Because he's not seeing this, but...
Could he help Quelenna?
No.
He's not in the same room. We're kind of like in the kitchen and everybody else is in the living room or something like that.
Okay, well then
Like
I
it
won't
was,
make one anyway.
but just between us girls, I imagine we were at least in a separate room.
Yeah.
Alright, so that'll be 18 Arcana.
Okay. It doesn't appear to be a magic item, but something like in the realm of fairy magic isn't out of the question.
Gotcha.
Some of the weird fairy magic, the more kind of like ancient sympathetic magic instead of just like straight up magical spells and stuff,
Right.
wouldn't be quite out of the question, you think?
Having an allergic reaction there, no?
Oh no, not at all. It's nothing.
No, not a burden that you must yoke. A real collar around your neck.
She keeps.
I really hope this thorn knight doesn't yank your chain. I know you do hate being yanked around. You do prefer to be the one doing the yanking.
See, we do need Aislyn here now because she could just pun it up.
Yeah.
Really get that message across via puns.
You're definitely encroaching on some territory that she does not want to talk about or can't talk about.
All right.
Yeah, she just kind of doesn't answer that question. But she looks away very, like, nervously.
You're really deep in it, aren't you?
Nothing I can't handle.
You keep telling yourself that, but is it?
Do I have a choice?
Hmm.
She says that rather pointedly.
I'm saying what I'm potentially offering is that you might have a choice, if you don't mind accepting some help.
Darling, I know you are. You are very capable and talented, and I mean that genuinely. But when it comes to matters of the court, you may be somewhat out of your depth.
Mother, if it comes to it, I could potentially take you back to the material realm with me. I know it wouldn't be everything that this is, but at least you'd kind of be out of his influence.
She's not sure if that's true.
Neither's Quelenna, but I mean, it's worth a shot, right?
Yeah.
Look, if you're able, please try not to get so in deep that you cannot call for help if you truly need to. Yes, you're a grown-ass woman, as you always remind me, and I'm just your little girl.
She kind of looks a little proud of you. She says, "You've really grown up a lot."
Yeah, well, an asshole cultist summon you to another world, it kind of happens.
I can just say, God, what can she say? She can't say a lot.
Say you'll reach out if you need it. If you need me to come, I'll come. And if you don't, or if you don't want me to, that's fine. I just don't want to go back to whatever I'm doing. To be honest, I don't know half the time, but I just don't want to go back to that without knowing that I at least offered. That there was at least the chance.
If I need to reach out, I will.
Okay.
I promise.
Lean in for a hug.
Hug.
And I kind of want to use a spell slot to cast Identify on that necklace while running.
Yes!
I mean, you can't subtle cast.
No. Darn.
Okay. So you cast Identify somewhere like in the next room while she's distracted, and then you come in, stumble a bit, and touch the necklace.
I think you have to be touching the item for the entire casting.
Can I do it behind her back?
Cast Identify on the necklace, and then cast Modify Memory.
There we go.
I don't have 5th level spells yet.
Damn.
God, if I did.
See, if there's no vocal component, I think you could do that. But there is.
Damn. Oh
Yeah.
well. Sneeze it.
Yeah.
I mean, she knows I know.
Yeah, but she still might not be able to communicate that she needs help. However, she did just make Quelenna a promise,
She did.
Mm-hmm.
which means she would have to.
Why don't you make an insight check?
Mm. Oh, shit.
No.
6.
Guess you don't know how much she means that promise, but she doesn't say that a lot.
Mm-hmm. It's at least something.
Yes.
Quelenna pulls out her trinket from a lover, an ancient arrow of elven design, and she says, Mama, if you need to borrow a spell, or need to pay for a spell of sending, to contact me, use this.
Are you sure?
It should cover it.
She takes it and kind of looks it over.
And there's a lot of emotion imbued in that.
Oh, yeah. That's definitely where the valuable part is. Like, well, I'll try not to spend it for your sake, but if necessary.
If necessary, absolutely. And try not to piss off any more nobles.
Oh, that might just be impossible.
You should have seen the doilies.
I mean,
Did you
for
see the
real,
doilies,
Donna.
though? What do they think this is? A San Francisco?
Wait, what?
San Francisco. I don't know.
Oh, San Francisco! Okay.
It's more of a phase no.
Hi, this is your DM, Devin. Thanks for listening to Cornfields and Kobolds. Once again, sorry for the big delay. We're still in the middle of moving, so hopefully after the new year, we will get things back on schedule. As usual, you can find us on iTunes or Spotify or wherever you get your podcasts. The music in this episode was produced by Vince Vept, and the theme song was Through the Woods We Ran from his YouTube collection. You can find a link to his music in the episode description. Thanks for listening, and we'll see you again in about 2 weeks.